Hey everybody, it's Whiskey with Whiskey's Gaming Lounge. This is Let's Play number 8 in our Factorio Let's Play. In the last Let's Play, we got our science fully up and running. Finally, after, well, seven videos of me promising to get science done, it's finally done. But we've run into a problem. We need to fix our iron production. As I explained in the last video, our iron line, half of it is going to our steel line. By the time it gets up to the first step, by the time it gets all the way through the whole thing, we're down to like an eighth or less of our iron is getting all the way up to where it needs to go. So with that, we need to step up some things to steel furnaces, and we need to get ourselves some fast transport belts going. And with that, we may even have to go as far as to upgrading our supply line of iron ore. So let's go ahead and get that rolling with steel furnaces. They require stone brick and steel plates. We got plenty of steel, we got plenty of stone brick, so we will go and raid our stone brick supply down here. I'm sure that will place some very large burdens on our already burdened rock, stone, resources. That's fine. We don't use them a whole lot, at least at this point. Eventually we'll start covering everything with concrete. That will help our movement speed. Who needs movement speed anyway? Apparently I'm low on steel. Let's fix that as well. Alright. Bam! That's a lot. So we had 13, I think, being built. We have, I want to say it's 40 total, if I remember correctly. So 13, 14, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Hopefully that's the correct number. The nice part about this is that we can just go ahead and click, drag, and it will automatically update all of these. Bam! Well, we ran out of them, but it will get there. I think I will also, if we have time at the end of this Let's Play, we'll go ahead and... Yes. We will go ahead and start researching... Sorry, not researching. We will go ahead and we will start figuring out our belt transport system. We are producing plenty of petroleum gas. We're producing plenty of petroleum... sorry, not petroleum, light and heavy oil. So with that, we will... go ahead and we are losing oil. So what that tells me is that our production has gone down already at those other oil plants. So that could cause some issues. But as soon as we get this figured out, I'm going to try and figure out a way in which we can get and upgrade, just skip past the fast transport belts. We'll have to research it, but there's one more higher called express transport belts, and that might be skipping red altogether might be a good idea. We will play with this idea. I'm not sure that that's necessarily the correct idea, but we're gonna play with it. With our currently low resources on oil, it may not be a good idea. We will see. Certainly, we are producing our iron at a rate at which it is being consumed faster than it is being supplied. So once again, we will probably need to expand our awesome iron production. And we have some miners that are actually out of resources. So we'll move those so that we can go ahead and get them going again and keep up our production. Okay. So with that in mind, we are going to need fast transport belts, which are going to require a bunch of iron to upgrade. So while that's doing that, we got... Let's go ahead and fix all of our gun turrets that we used. I'm kind of sick of seeing them damaged in my inventory, and they take up a bunch of space. It's kind of annoying. It's not kind of annoying, it's very annoying. One of the interesting things they are adding in the next patch is that the armors are going to change how many slots you have in your inventory. So your basic inventory will be frighteningly tiny. And then it will add 20, I believe it's 20 for the first set of armor, and then 30 for the final power armor. Alright. We have some belt. That's going the wrong way. And that's all we had that we could produce. How sad. Produce the rest of those. On the upside, because of this slowdown, and because we're not currently using any of the blue science packs, we're not really hurting ourselves any at this point. Oh, I just noticed something. Only half of these will be researching when we do finally get them anyway. That's no bueno. So this is already a red splitter. We do need another red splitter, so we will get that on the build list as well. It doesn't look like we're not producing it enough. It just looks like we're not moving it quick enough to saturate these belts. So that's a touch of a problem. And part of that is going to be back here as well, is the supply side. And this is one of the reasons why having automated belt set up is beneficial, where you're automatically manufacturing all the belt that you need. That's a lot of those. So we're gonna have a junk chest here, and we're gonna dump junk in it. We don't need the burner miner drill. We do need the turrets. We don't need these. Yeah, I think that's good. You can see they're trying to put it on there, but they can't because the belt's not moving quick enough, and because we're not building the belt fast enough. Let's reverse this, actually. Let's take these and put these all... Really? Put these belts all the way up by the splitter. That should help speed along some of this stuff. And now, there we go. Well, it's still not perfect, but until we get the rest of these built, and you can see just how many resources it takes, it's pretty nuts. The nice part is these will hit 100 per stack, and then they will stop. Is that a big old chunk of it coming? Yeah, looks like it. I love how it just briefly speeds up and then slows back down on this top part. That's pretty sweet. Since this is all yellow, we're going to hijack that and put this guy there. Alright, have we found any new interesting resources? Doesn't look like it. Got some more oil popping up, but none of my highly sought after uranite or fluorinite, which we will also need. This makes me sad. As long as this doesn't expand too much, I think we'll be okay with that down there. What? Apparently I left some turrets down there. Well, that's fine. Defend the country from there. We're starting to get some belt. Good. That should help a lot just by itself. And we will go ahead and run a bunch of this belt. Yeah, look at that. So that is like fully saturating this belt from here to here anyway. Now we just need to speed up the saturation process while we continue to do things. Are we done with green and red aside from just shotgun shells? Yeah, let's go and do that. We'll go ahead and see if we can't get this mostly upgraded. We'll convert a bunch of this back. Actually, we'll just take this all back to yellow for now. Get this guy upgraded to red. Definitely need more mining, which is what I have done. Alright, keep upgrading those. Get our power going. Oh! So we found another interesting problem. You see the power? Yep, that's faltering. We need to fix this. And because of that, we need more resources. So there's a lot of resource management that's going on here, and it's a bit of a pain. My hope is that this, you can see how it's starting to back up a little bit. My hope is that we can get this thoroughly saturated with iron, and in doing so, will force the majority of the iron to come down onto this bottom belt. Because once the belt is full, it no longer sends stuff over to the next belt, because it no longer is necessary for it to do that. Looks like our copper production is doing fine. Nope, that's still expecting resources. That one's not. We will move him. He will be repurposed. We can build him strong. Oh. This may only be an issue of mining, not an issue of anything else. No, temperature is still the same, but it's not stacking up, so we are going to have to expand our mining operation down there instead. And to do that, we are going to move our stone. Actually, whatever. Okay, and get this guy going. So by and large, one of the big issues here is that we are running out of coal. And running out of coal means that burners aren't burning and getting water upper temperature, and when water doesn't get up to temperature, we don't get full performance. All of this is a major issue that needs to be addressed and resolved immediately. before we get any further. I think we have a yellow splitter hanging around somewhere. Yep. Yeah, so you can see adding other burners isn't gonna, adding another line isn't gonna help anything until we resolve the whole issue involving our fuel shortage. And I think the best way to handle that going forward here is to expand our mining where possible. Yeah, that's not really what I wanted to do, but we'll go ahead and do it. Redirect as much as we can without affecting anything else. I think that's going to help. Do we have any that we can put? We will start burning some wood if we have to. Bam! Alright, we are building performance. Meanwhile, we are going to continue our journey to fixing our coal mining. And this will most likely be the start of our drastic need for improvements. This is going to be ugly. Don't judge me. Well, we've got some coal making it through. All right. We are also burning wood like it is going out of style. We are going to go ahead and get that all powered up. That should hopefully yeah, we didn't need that one going the other way anyway. Perfect. We'll make it work. We're still maxing out, so let's go ahead and expand this in the oh so repeatable ways that we've always done it. It's almost like we've done this a million times before. Whoa, that was rude. Very rude. All I wanted to do is just go about my way and look at what it's doing. Who wants to guess whether or not it's going to let me put it where I want it? Nope, it won't. Boink! Alright. Sweet. We are still nearly maxing out our production of electricity, but for right now, that's gonna have to work. We simply have too many other things to accomplish. I suppose I could probably turn that and go the other way and then make another loop around, but for now, this will have to do. You can see our iron resources are starting to get a little stressed, but we now have a steady supply of iron flowing. That's not English, but I'm using it anyway. With how much iron is actually getting to this, it is still not quite saturating, but that's okay. We'll just keep on moving stuff. We are going to eventually need some underground belts, and again, another red splitter up here. The production of all of these red circuits are kind of nice, though. For right now, anyway, I can plagiarize from that for batteries and for red circuits. We just need to fix. See, once again, we're running out of throughput. That's why I think our next big push should be through that. And to fix that, that's inevitable as well. Yep, that's exactly how many of those we need. Yeah. At least it is no longer an electricity problem. Let's see, logistics, yeah. That's mildly important. Requires rocketry. Research me some rocketry. Well, blue production's kind of slowing down a bit. We're not using any of it, so that's fine. This actually has me concerned because, well, it says 9,500. We're starting to see a little bit of, I'm going to call it extra wear on this patch. I don't really want to have to build a whole nother. Well, I'm not going to. Trains are going to be required in order for us to truthfully expand beyond where we currently are with regards to our iron and copper production. And that's going to require significant investment in both time and resources because it is a lot of steel to produce the railroad tracks. It's also a lot of stone. Both of those resources we have in abundance at the moment. However, building the facilities to build those parts is not as straightforward. Oh, we need way more red belt to make this work. And we will start from here and go. It appears to be catching up some. I wouldn't call it a great improvement, but we are getting more. This episode's been not terribly interesting. My apologies. Whoa, don't do that. My apologies for not having the most interesting of topics to choose at this point in time. I was hoping that this wouldn't be too much of an issue, although it's been an issue before in the past, so I guess I shouldn't be terribly surprised when it's an issue in the Let's Play. Perfect. So one side is getting plenty of resources. Well, as an interesting aside, at least this is all backed up. Don't think we're going to need a whole lot of other resources once this all gets pushed through. And might as well get one of those going because we're going to need it. We are actually going to need 2. We are getting our fast splitter going, finally. Bam. That should free up some of that bottleneck. Us for when we get the rest of our red belt going. We need our science. Cut down some trees. Oh. See how this belt is... Yes! I think we are hitting the higher point here. We are actually consuming large quantities of blue and green research. Interestingly enough, I don't have all of these put in yet, so let's go ahead and do that since we are capable of it. Need one more fast inserter. Go figure. So yeah, this is unacceptable. I don't think really improving this is going to help any because they're not. It's not like they're struggling to put out any of the ore on the belt. That's not the issue. They're all running. We are just not producing enough of it to saturate all those belts. No, this isn't going to quite get us all the way there, so we'll take this guy up here and we'll finish this run off. Yes. And then we'll put the rest of these down here. Should now be producing our let's do that. We should now be producing purple science. Purple science. There it goes. This is gonna spit out a bunch of them. This isn't a whole lot, but it's enough. It'll get some people's attentions. Chop down some more trees. Story of Factorio's life. Yo, dog, I hear you liked resources, so we put a different resource on your resource so you can collect resources while you're collecting resources. We'll put him there. That should help out a little bit. Help keep these belts, maybe get a little bit more on them so that we can get a little bit more production of iron. On the upside, steel production has stopped, so everything should be going north. Up. Oh, wow. That's actually impressive. Oh, I see what's happening. That guy's always going to be producing stuff. That's fine. There's purple. We've got purple science rolling. See, we've got all of our science finally done. We've kind of sort of fixed, not really fixed, our iron. There's just not going to be a whole lot that we can do until we get our situation with the ore figured out. I just don't know that speeding that up is going to help any. So I think what we'll do is we'll get these last belts built. On this, we will finish off this line down here so that this whole section is red, and then put our rest into this section here. And then we will call it for this Let's Play. Let's actually go look at our petroleum. Make sure we got lots of petroleum on tap, not a whole lot of crude oil on tap. So yeah, one of the things I wish that they would fix about the oil system in this game is I really wish instead of the yield number that they give you is actually the amount of resources in that oil well. And I want to say 200% I think that's 15,000 crude oil. I would much rather that be the rate at which it ticks and not have a huge, well, what's the best way? Not have such a short time frame for it to run out of resources. Because right now, you know, they pump out just, you know, they tick really quick, and what ends up happening, at least what I'm noticing, is that the wells, after about 30 minutes of gameplay, they're tapped out. They're done. And they don't want anything else. They got nothing else that they want to do. And that, to me, is not acceptable, because we're trying to figure out our logistics system, and you just basically, especially with resource spawn or overhaul, you literally have to keep expanding your rail system to new oil derricks because of the way the oil in this game is set up. And what you end up with is a whole boatload of wells that output 0.1 oil per second, which is the depleted oil amount. And that gets frustrating late game when you're trying to build a whole bunch of stuff that runs off of petroleum oil. Now, they do give you the option of splitting light oil into petroleum oil and splitting heavy oil into light oil. So this kind of can all feed into petroleum oil, but it's really not an efficient system, and it adds levels of frustration that I think the game would be better off without. Hey, we're finally starting to get, I don't know if that's because of something I did or what, but we are starting to get some ore down all the way down here at the bottom, so maybe things are finally starting to look up slightly. I don't know. I did also notice that this belt is finally fully saturated. this is good news. That means we are only putting on this belt what it needs. So that means we can send more this way, which will help saturate this belt, which is finally moving a lot as well. And that belt is done. I think what we'll do is we'll grab one of these two middle sections and we will upgrade them as well. If it's going to make a difference, or at least it might make a difference, we'll go ahead and do it and see what happens. It can't hurt anything. Maybe that is making a little bit of a difference. We need... No, let's not do anything with purple just quite yet. Let's go ahead and research that. So one side is yes. So I think we are going to start seeing some saturation of the belts now. We are on the top side. That's good. I think that has a lot to do with... Well, I don't know what's causing that, really. The bottom belt isn't. Anyway, you know, I think we'll go ahead and call it there for this video. I'm Whiskey. Like, comment, subscribe. If you guys are excited to see the 0.13 release of the game, let me know in the comments. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching.